this setup, my guests can now watch TV in bed.
Not with that remote though.
Get ready to see some of the craziest housing scenes from Tim the Toolman Taylor and the hilarious Home Improvement Show.
See, Al, not everyone can grow a beard as fast as your mom. Now, the pièce de résistance. In the spare room above the header in the kitchen, we had a home entertainment system.
It's so funny because back in the day when you saw that TV that came out of whether it be a wall, I know that for a while the big craze was at the end of the bed there was this big box. You press a button and this TV comes out of it. You're like, man, this is the greatest thing ever. Now with the size of TVs and iPads, you know, just the continuous improvements with electronics and gadgets, you can have stuff everywhere. I mean, there are some that are actually almost like a wallpaper TV, so pretty crazy.
With this setup, my guests can now watch TV in bed.
Not with that remote though.
Murphy bed is just a space saver. It's exactly that. The bed pops down when you want to use it for guests or friends, but then a lot of times what's kind of nice, it pops up so it gives you all that additional space. I've seen people that have turned rooms into like exercise rooms, a bigger, better home office. And I've actually seen some, my wife loves this aspect, of taking a closet and being able to repurpose that, you know, have like your stationary bike, your workout, your yoga mats, all that good stuff in and around. You can tuck those away when the bed comes down. Nowadays, there are smart homes that literally from your cell phone, you can control everything. Blinds, lights, spa temperature, pool temperature, music, anything and everything is just at a touch of your finger. And I know there's even like refrigerators now that it tells you, oh, you're out of milk. You push this button and then all of a sudden it generates a list that they email you to your phone, your shopping list. So it's definitely pretty cool, but it can get a little wacky as well. I've seen some that, you know, you have the TV in the refrigerator, so you're just standing there watching TV. So I don't know, a bit crazy, but pretty cool too. Oh man.
That sort of thing.
I have actually had buddies, luckily never me, that have been out driving the car, got taken a corner a little too fast and ended up crashing the car through a neighbor's house. And I've actually had one that they went right through the living room area, and thank gosh the whole family was in the kitchen, but you gotta be careful. You never know when it can happen to you.
You gotta soundproof as well as insulate the walls. Now there's a variety of products you can use, of course. Acoustic padding, fiberglass batting, or very unattractive flannel.
So insulation, I don't know if you've ever experienced it or been up in an attic with the pink stuff. Get it on you, it's gonna itch like crazy. Keeps cold air out and it keeps warm air in. It's definitely recommended in all areas and all different climates, based on the fact that, you know, it could keep the cool air out or vice versa. Insulation will last for a long time, but if it does get wet or if it does get infested with rodents, we've had times that rats have actually built little houses in this, and then the messes of what they have, you would need to pull that out and start fresh, get the rodent out first. But yeah, normally it lasts for a long time.
The easiest way to install your insulation is during construction, before you've put up your drywall.
However, if the drywall has already been installed in your home, we suggest the foam injection method.
The foam injection method is like if you've already completed your construction and you have like a really tight space. I've seen that they take the gun, they inject the foam, and it's very similar to an insulation, but it just this foam layer that goes everywhere and it kind of fills all the cracks and grooves. So if you do have little gaps in areas that cold or warm air can get in, it will fill those cracks and keeps the home insulated well.
Heidi, the foam injector, please.
Here you go, Tim.
Thank you, Heidi.
You're welcome.
Now, for this method, you're gonna have to drill some holes in your drywall.
But first, you want to find a stud. I said stud, not dud.
So those of you who don't know what a stud is, besides like Tim, the stud is used for framing. It frames out windows, doors, and it creates the walls that your house are made of. A lot of times when you're looking for a stud in the wall, it's to hang a TV or a heavier type object. Let's say you have a nice piece of artwork that you want to hang. There are things that are called stud finders that you can find that. That way when you're nailing in or drilling into it, it's gonna hold versus just your drywall. There have been times you have stuff hanging in drywall, all of a sudden 2 weeks later, the TV completely crumbles or falls, so better safe than sorry, find that stud.
It's already compressed air in there to make it work. Stick your nozzle in and you start insulating.
Should dry in about 10 minutes.
That's right, Al. Now, to show some of the advantages of soundproofing, the crew and I got here early and constructed a special room. Now, this room will not only protect you from the elements, keep you warm, but it's also totally soundproof.
Here you go, Tim.
Thank you, Heidi.
What really Al doesn't know is that this is not a soundproof booth. I feel a little prank coming on.
Watch this, Al. Can't hear a word. It's so good. Watch this. Talking like this. You walk in. Hi, everybody. It's just great to be here. My name's Tim, the dual...
That is truly amazing. We did not hear a sound.
No, that's how it was designed. You gotta try it. Let yourself go. It's great. Yeah.
Tim? Can you hear me? You can't hear me? In that case, I should be the host of this show. And another thing, that's a stupid haircut you have. And another thing, I am the very model lover, modern Major General. I know the kings of England and I quote the fights historical. From Marathon to Waterloo and Anacorn.
You have the soundproofing. We see those a lot with media or like home theater type rooms, or even like for filming. You have the stuff on the walls that create less sound and make it really, really quiet. I don't know if you're actually inside one of these rooms yelling, if someone wouldn't be able to hear you from the other door, but it's something that you see every once in a while. The one cool thing that we have seen is like kind of a safe room or like a hidden room. I remember a great property that we sold back in Pacific Beach a long time ago, kind of ahead of its time. We walked down this hallway and he said, "Hey, do you notice that piece of art?" And, "That's pretty cool." And just kept walking and says, "Well, why don't you go look at it? And then maybe just put your hand on top of like this ball type thing." And all of a sudden you put your hand on, and he's give it a little push, and you like push, and this door opens up and it goes to like this ridiculous little man cave bar area, but had no idea. And to the naked eye, you would never know that this would open up to something as cool as that. So they're pretty fun. Have you ever had a home improvement situation go terribly wrong like Toolman? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you binge watch the entire playlist. And subscribe to my channel, that way you're notified every time I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching.